Hi everyone, we're going to talk about the derivative of an inverse function and do an example. So basically, when you take a function that's differentiable and say its inverse is x equals g of y, then we can get started and say, well, derivative of y with respect to x. Well, we know that I can rewrite this. I'm just going to rewrite it as 1 over dx over dy, derivative of x with respect to y. That's just basic algebra there. And then in this case, we know that our derivative of x with respect to y cannot be 0. All right, so these are just two ways of writing the same thing. So therefore, we can take the derivative of x, which is going to be 1 over our dx over dy. So this would be the dx. So the dx of dy is going to be the derivative of g with respect to f of x. So the dx would be this, the derivative of that, with respect to our derivative of y, which is that. So that's where this part's coming from. Okay, so we know that f of x equals y. So I'm just going to rewrite this as of y. So basically, that is your formula when you're taking the derivative. So let's do an example of it. And we're going to take, let's see, f of x. We're going to find the derivative of the inverse of this function. So this is square root of 1 plus x, and x must be positive. So it can't be negative 1. All right, so let's take the derivative of f. So we take the derivative of our first piece times our second function. All right, plus your first function times the derivative of the second function. All right, now what we're going to do here is going to write this first part down. And since we're doing inverse functions here, what we're going to do is times x, and we're going to write the derivative of our inner function, which is 1 plus x to the first power over 2 times the square root of 1 plus x. Okay, and the derivative of our first function is just going to be 1. The derivative of this is just 1. Again, I'm just using the formula. So that's just going to be x times that. So that's going to be x over 2 times, because this equals 1. We take the derivative. 1 plus x. All right. Now, you get the common denominator. And you get the common denominator, which is 2 times 1 plus x. And I'm going to cross here, so you're going to get 2 times 1 plus x, and that's going to give you 3x plus 2 over 2 times the square root of 1 plus x. So that part is just doing getting the common denominator. So now we want, so remember that, I'll write it again. So now we want g to be the inverse of f. So we know that the derivative of g with respect to y is 1 over derivative of f times g of y. So, and that equals 1. So that's going to be, let's see, 2 this is going to equal 1 over, and we have to switch the x's and the y's, so we're going to get 3y plus 2 over 2 times the square root of 1 plus y. Let's just recall that our f of x, once we took the derivative, our derivative was 3x plus 2 over 2 times the square root of 1 plus x. All right. Now what I'm going to do is when you divide these complex rationals, this guy here is just going to move up in the numerator. So you're going to get 2 times the square root of 1 plus y over 3y plus 2. And that would be your final answer. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.